Picture this. At this very moment, you possess the power to turn your life's greatest challenges into your most profound triumphs. But how? You might wonder. Today, we'll delve deep into the essence of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has empowered people to thrive amid adversity and find serenity in chaos for centuries. Think back to the last time you encountered a situation that tested your patience or shook your confidence. How did you respond? Were you a captive of your immediate reactions, or did you choose a response that mirrored your deeper values and convictions? This is where Stoicism excels, guiding us to face life's challenges with courage, wisdom, and equanimity. Today, we're exploring a profound concept rooted in ancient wisdom yet strikingly relevant in our modern world: the art of training your mind to respond, not react. This concept goes beyond merely controlling your temper or staying calm in challenging situations. It's about cultivating a deep-seated awareness, a grounding in the present moment that allows you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and intention. The Stoics, ancient philosophers known for their practical approach to life, had much to say about this. They believed that while we might not control the events that happen to us, we can control how we interpret and respond to these events. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what's within our control, encouraging a detachment from external circumstances and an anchoring in our own reasoned choices. This Stoic wisdom inspires us to pause, reflect, and choose a course of action that is reasoned and deliberate rather than impulsive and reactive. But why is this important? Consider how much of our stress, regret, and frustration stems from knee-jerk reactions to things people say or do. Now imagine if you could remain calm, centered, and thoughtful, even when the world around you is anything but. This isn't just about improving your peace of mind, it's about becoming a more effective, compassionate, and resilient person, qualities that can transform not only your life but also the lives of those around you. In our conversation today, we'll explore various strategies drawing from both modern psychology and Stoic philosophy to help you develop this responsive mindset. We'll look at how to cultivate mindfulness, the importance of identifying and expressing your emotions constructively, and how to keep the bigger picture in mind, a perspective that the Stoics excelled at. By the end of this discussion, you'll have a toolkit of strategies to help you pause, assess, and respond thoughtfully to whatever life throws your way. So let's embark on this journey together, learning to anchor ourselves in the wisdom of Stoicism and the power of our own minds to choose our responses, transforming our experiences and interactions for the better. In our journey to understand the essence of responding over reacting, we delve into a realm where every thought and action is deliberate, echoing the profound teachings of Stoicism. The Stoics, those venerable sages of ancient Greece and Rome, held a view of life that is remarkably applicable to our fast-paced modern world. They taught the value of mastering one's emotions and reactions, emphasizing that true power lies in our ability to choose our response to any given situation. So why is it so vital to cultivate a response rather than a knee-jerk reaction? Imagine you're in a tense meeting or facing a personal challenge. The default human behavior is often to react instinctively, driven by the immediate surge of emotions. This reaction, though natural, is seldom in our best interest in the long run. It can escalate conflicts, hurt relationships, and lead to decisions we might later regret. Here's where Stoic wisdom shines through. The Stoics believed in living according to nature and reason, advocating for a life where every action is guided by virtue and rational thought. By embracing this philosophy, we learn to observe our initial impulses, examine them with a rational mind, and choose a course of action that aligns with our core values and long-term goals. Responding rather than reacting means taking a moment to pause when faced with a triggering event. It's about stepping back to observe not only the external event, but also your internal response to it. This reflective pause allows you to consider various outcomes and choose one that is reasoned, balanced, and most importantly, under your control. In practicing this Stoic approach, you're not suppressing your emotions or pretending they don't exist. Instead, you're acknowledging them, understanding their origins, and then deciding if and how they should influence your actions. This approach empowers you to interact with the world in a way that maintains your inner peace and integrity, regardless of external circumstances. But the importance of responding over reacting extends beyond personal peace. It influences the quality of your relationships, the effectiveness of your leadership, and your resilience in the face of adversity. When you respond thoughtfully, you demonstrate respect, understanding, and empathy toward others' viewpoints and experiences, fostering more meaningful and constructive interactions. Strategies for training the mind embark on a transformative journey to train the mind, requiring more than mere intention. It necessitates deliberate and sustained effort. Much like the practices espoused by the Stoics, these ancient philosophers offer timeless insights that can anchor our modern approach to cultivating a responsive rather than reactive mind. Firstly, let's delve into the power of self-awareness, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics emphasize the importance of introspection and understanding one's own thoughts and motivations. In our context, this means cultivating an acute awareness of our mental and emotional states. When you're aware of your thoughts and feelings, you're better equipped to manage them effectively. This heightened self-awareness allows you to recognize the onset of emotional reactions and provides the crucial first step in choosing a different, more reasoned response. Next, we explore the practice of pausing, a simple yet profound strategy. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, often spoke of the space between stimulus and response, the space where we have the power to choose our actions. By cultivating the habit of pausing, even just for a few seconds, we give ourselves the opportunity to step back from our immediate impulses. This pause can be filled with a deep breath, a moment of reflection, or a brief meditation. It's in this space that we can consult our inner Stoic, asking ourselves what virtue calls for in this moment and what response aligns with our highest self. Another pivotal strategy is reframing our perspective, a technique that Stoics use to maintain equanimity in the face of adversity. This involves consciously choosing to view a situation from a different angle, one that reduces its emotional charge and reveals alternative ways to engage with it. For instance, instead of seeing a challenging work situation as a threat, you might reframe it as an opportunity to grow and demonstrate resilience. By changing our narrative, we shift our emotional responses and open up new possibilities for action. Moreover, the Stoics were advocates of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. In practicing this principle, we learn to invest our energy wisely, responding actively to our own thoughts and actions, while accepting the external events as they unfold. This doesn't mean being passive or indifferent. Rather, it's about recognizing where our power truly lies and choosing to act there with intention and integrity. Finally, the practice of consistent reflection and adjustment is key to training the mind. The Stoics engaged in daily self-examination, assessing their actions and progress toward virtue. Similarly, we can end our day by reflecting on our responses, celebrating our successes and choosing thoughtful actions, and learning from the times we fell back into reactivity. This ongoing process of self-assessment and improvement fosters a responsive mindset and cultivates the wisdom and balance that Stoicism so highly values. By integrating these strategies into our daily lives, we not only honor the legacy of the Stoics but also empower ourselves to live with greater purpose, calm, and effectiveness. Through persistent practice, we transform our minds, guiding them toward responses that reflect our deepest values and aspirations. Mindfulness practices. Mindfulness at its core is about cultivating a deep awareness of the present moment. It's about observing our thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment, allowing us to gain insights into their nature and influence. By practicing mindfulness, we align with the Stoic endeavor to live with awareness and intention, anchoring ourselves firmly in the now, the only time when we truly have the power to act. One practical way to cultivate mindfulness is through focused attention exercises, such as breath meditation. By simply observing our breath, noticing each inhale and exhale, we develop the ability to maintain attention and return it to our point of focus when it wanders. This practice is not just about relaxation, It's a training ground for the mind, enhancing our ability to concentrate and remain present amid life's distractions and challenges. Another key practice is mindful observation, which can be applied to any daily activity, turning it into an opportunity for mindfulness. Whether you're eating, walking, or even performing mundane tasks, you can practice being fully engaged with the activity, observing every aspect with curiosity and openness. This not only enriches the experience itself, but also strengthens your ability to remain focused and responsive in various situations. Body scan meditation is another powerful mindfulness technique that fosters body awareness and presence. By attentively scanning through different parts of the body, we not only cultivate a greater connection with our physical selves, but also learn to recognize and release stored tensions and emotions. This practice echoes the Stoic reflection on the nature of bodily experiences and the importance of not allowing them to unduly influence our rational minds. Incorporating mindfulness into our interactions with others can also transform our relationships and communication. By being fully present with others, listening attentively, and observing without judgment, we foster deeper understanding and connection. This practice aligns with the Stoic value of empathy and the recognition that others, too, are rational beings navigating their own challenges and experiences. By embracing these mindfulness practices, we walk a path tread by the Stoics, one that leads to greater clarity, tranquility, and effectiveness in our actions. As we cultivate a mindful presence, we equip ourselves with the tools to respond to life's inevitable challenges with wisdom, compassion, and resilience. Emotional awareness and expression. Understanding and expressing our emotions is a crucial component of responding rather than reacting. The Stoics acknowledge the presence of emotions, but emphasize the importance of not being controlled by them. This doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring our feelings. Rather, it involves recognizing them, understanding their roots, and choosing how to express them constructively. A fundamental step in this process is developing emotional literacy, the ability to identify and name our emotions accurately. By building a nuanced vocabulary for our emotional experiences, we gain greater insight into what we're feeling and why. This awareness allows us to respond to our emotions with curiosity and compassion, rather than judgment or avoidance. Expressing emotions constructively involves finding healthy and appropriate ways to communicate our feelings. This might include talking to a trusted friend, journaling, or engaging in creative outlets like art or music. The key is to channel our emotional energy in ways that align with our values and contribute positively to our well-being and relationships. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of understanding the underlying beliefs and perceptions that give rise to our emotions. By examining the thoughts and assumptions that trigger our emotional responses, we can challenge and reframe unhelpful patterns. This reflective practice empowers us to shift our perspective and choose responses that are more aligned with our desired outcomes. Moreover, cultivating self-compassion is essential in managing our emotional responses. Recognizing that it's natural to experience a range of emotions and treating ourselves with kindness during difficult times fosters resilience and emotional stability. This compassionate approach reflects the Stoic principle of accepting our humanity while striving to improve our rational responses. By integrating these strategies, we develop a balanced approach to emotional awareness and expression, one that honors our feelings without being dominated by them. This balance enables us to respond to life's challenges with a calm and centered mindset, embodying the Stoic ideal of rational and virtuous action. Keep the bigger picture in mind. One of the central teachings of Stoicism is maintaining perspective, the ability to see the bigger picture beyond our immediate circumstances. This broader view allows us to navigate challenges with greater wisdom and resilience, recognizing that our current difficulties are but a small part of a larger journey. The Stoics often reflected on the transient nature of life, reminding themselves of the impermanence of all things. This perspective helps us to detach from the immediate intensity of our experiences and approach them with a sense of equanimity. By acknowledging the fleeting nature of our troubles, we can find solace in the knowledge that they too shall pass. Additionally, keeping the bigger picture in mind involves aligning our actions with our long-term goals and values. When faced with a challenging situation, asking ourselves how our response aligns with our deeper aspirations and principles can guide us toward more intentional and meaningful actions. This alignment ensures that we remain true to ourselves and our purpose, even in the face of adversity. The Stoics also emphasize the interconnectedness of all things, recognizing that our individual experiences are part of a larger whole. By understanding our place within this broader context, we cultivate a sense of gratitude and humility. This perspective allows us to approach challenges with a sense of purpose and contribution, knowing that our actions impact not only ourselves, but also the world around us. Finally, maintaining perspective involves cultivating a sense of acceptance and surrender to what we cannot control. The Stoics taught that while we may not control external events, we have power over our internal responses. By focusing on what we can influence and letting go of what we cannot, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and find peace in our ability to respond wisely and virtuously. By keeping the bigger picture in mind, we navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and purpose. This perspective empowers us to respond thoughtfully and intentionally, embodying the Stoic ideal of living in accordance with nature and reason. In conclusion, training your mind to respond rather than react is a transformative practice rooted in the wisdom of Stoicism. By cultivating self-awareness, mindfulness, emotional literacy, and perspective, we develop the tools to navigate life's challenges with grace and intention. This journey is not about suppressing our humanity, but embracing it with a deeper understanding and a commitment to living virtuously. Through persistent practice, we empower ourselves to respond thoughtfully to whatever life brings, transforming our experiences and interactions for the better.